So Brandon, if people haven't used Popmenu yet, tell us the transformation of what you've done to menus thus far.
I mean, it's a modernization that makes it feel like, even when you're just browsing the menu. So I mean, way before we had ordering, which happened during COVID, even browsing the menu for us, we made it feel like a modern e-com experience where you're stepping through multiple steps in the funnel. There are multiple calls to action, and there's all kinds of criteria in there that we want when we're picking a restaurant. And so, like I said, the photos were big. Having reviews directly in there, first party reviews that people are submitting to the restaurant, having ratings of our own, which we call pops. So people can go and say, hey, I had this and I love this. Hey, I had this and I liked it. I had it. It wasn't for me. Remind me to try it. And so the experience just feels like you're going through Amazon or some modern e-com platform, even when you're just browsing.
Brandon, so I'm looking at Popmenu right now. You have a massive TAM. You can go worldwide around restaurants.
Yeah.
You start this business, you have this concept, but in order to go actually reach the masses of all the restaurants, where does someone even start this? Obviously, you can start in your hometown and then spiral to US and then maybe head to Paris and all over the world. But this is a massive undertaking. How did that whole journey begin?
Yeah, it's true. Good journeys sometimes begin with ignorance. And so I think we weren't thinking about, let's take on the whole world. We knew it was a big market, but it was definitely, I think, very iterative and very organic. That's how I approach things. That's how product is approached. And that's how I've always done product, which has been a few decades now online. And so we were aware that it's a huge market. That's also why it's so fragmented. It's because it's hard to get to everybody all the time. It's expensive to get to everybody all the time. And so how it started was myself. So I have 3 co-founders, and one of them has been our GTM co-founder, and the other 3 of us are product and technology. And so we're all based in Atlanta except for the GTM co-founder. He was out in Orange County at the time. So basically we just gave him a prototype and said, start talking to restaurants about this. And he did. And said he had no fear of walking in, starting up conversations, showing them the prototype, asking them, what are your thoughts on this? What kind of reaction do you have? And honestly, from the very beginning, it was tremendous product market fit. I had heard, and we've heard from restaurants so many times, some variation on this phrase. This is exactly what I would have asked for if I knew how to ask for it. And so that's when you, as a product person, that's when you get excited, is when the thing's not even built yet. And people are like, absolutely, I'm in, I want it. And so, yeah, we just started knocking on doors. And then we started to we bootstrapped for the first 18 months. So we didn't go raise much money and go hire a sales team, things like that. But people kind of gravitated towards the project. It is fun to work on. It is food pictures. It is going into restaurants and talking shop with restaurateurs who, for me, are some of the most interesting, hardworking, blue-collar people there are in the world. Even though the images of like Thomas Keller and these huge name chefs is so glamorous. It's a really hard, really blue-collar job. And so, people came and gravitated to it. And we had a few people come to us very early and say, hey, I'd like to sell this. Just pay me when I sell one. And so the first year we had 4 contractors who we would just pay when they sold a deal. And they were just knocking on doors. And so it was great. We priced it really low because we wanted a fast feedback loop. We wanted to get as many people live as possible and learn as fast as possible. And I mean, we just got dragged along by the industry from there. It was like, as soon as we started off, it was, hey, replace your PDF with this JavaScript. And this JavaScript is going to render this beautiful UX for you where the consumer will walk through and they'll get to see these photos and they'll get to, there's all what I described before in it. And that's going to earn you more butts and seats from the traffic from your website. And so we just knocked on those doors. We got people in. We charged very little. We charged $99 a month. And at the end of the first year, we looked up and we had 100 clients. And we said, okay, there's something to this. And so then what's the next step? And so we went from just doing the menu to doing the website to an embedded CRM, embedded marketing tools, emailing, texting, social posting, Google My Business integration. Yeah, we just got pulled along. And so, and again, that's how I approach things. That's how I think the best product is done. It's not like, let me sit here and think about something for 5 years and then launch it without having any feedback loop. And that's how we've approached the business. And for better or worse, I mean, I feel like that's a pragmatic way to approach business. You're learning in increments, you're acting on that learning. And So then you look up and you have thousands, and over 10,000 restaurants, and you go, okay, now what's next?
Brendan, I'm looking, again, like I said, I'm looking at this website right now. You have a very good value proposition, and it's probably hard to say no to this. I mean, you value ranking higher on Google. You have eye caching photos. You get 100% of the online seats now, and you just do this entire CRM website. And even today, you were started at $99 a month. At the premier package, it's $400, $450 a month to have all that embedded into your restaurant, where restaurant owners are not tech geniuses. They don't want to think about all that stuff.